Well, it's a big challenge for us. Baton Rouge is always a tough place to play. LSU is always well coached, always has good players, and this year's no different. And they won a big game last night, showed a lot of toughness on the road against Mississippi State. And so it'll be a huge challenge for our team to go on the road and see if we can earn a victory. It'll be tough.
When you look at Michaela, her, I don't know what you call it, I guess just her transformation from being a freshman to a sophomore, and with so many injuries to the backboard, she seems to just every time out. Michaela seems to step up her game every time out.
Well, she really had a good second half last night and did a good job making her free throws. That was very important. That's an area we've struggled in this year. So her free throw shooting was good, and she finally got to the basket and made some aggressive plays in transition that sparked our team. And points were at a premium last night, so anytime a player scores 20 points in a game where it's really tough to score, that's productive. I think I believe this. I think in 30 days' time you'll see one of the best point guards in the SEC, if not the best, and I think that's what our goal and our mindset needs to be. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know, but we need to set a goal for constant improvement, constant growth, because she certainly has a lot of tools. And as far as the transformation she's made, it shows you that she's capable of improvement because she is one of our most fit players. And she went from a freshman of being one who lacked fitness to now being one of our most fit. So anytime you can do something like that, that shows you have some inner strength. And I'm just very committed to trying to help her and work with her and coach her to be the very best, because I think she has that capability.
Speaking of sophomores, you sort of mentioned Lene Harper's lack of defense last year. And now she really seems like a crazy defender for you. So did you see a light come on at any point, and what do you think her transformation, what's caused that?
I think fitness was a big part. I think she's much more fit. You look at pictures of both of those kids from last year, you can just see the physical transformation. So fitness helps her. Defensive fundamentals, she moves a little bit better now. We're still working on that with her. I think she can still improve in that area. And I think a commitment to getting better has really made differences for her. Then you go into the things that you can't coach. She has great hand-eye coordination, real quick hands, great anticipation. I don't have anything to do with that. That's some gifts that God gave her. And so she's a very good defender at anticipating where the pass may go, or she recognizes a defender, an offensive player turns her back to the play. She's very good at making a quick decision. She did it again last night, stole a ball from behind, kind of helping up when the offensive player couldn't see her. So those things all lead to that. The one thing that that has a lot of room for improvement. She is not boxing out. She is not finding players coming in on the defensive boards. We're struggling with that as a team right now, so we've got to try to rectify that and get that cleaned up. But I just think she wants to be a good player. I think she tries real hard, works real hard, and you don't make these kind of jumps or huge steps of improvement if you don't want to. So, it's just a lot to be said for her desire.
She said she was really down sort of going into SEC play last year. She wasn't sure this is where she was supposed to be. Did you ever get that sense from her? And did you guys have a lot of conversations about kind of where she was and what her role would be?
I had a lot of conversations with her just about what she needed to do. I never ever was in doubt of what she was capable of doing. I think the thing that happens here is that we care so much about them as people that we're always going to put that first. And all of the things that Lene needed to do to be the player that she needed to be were all going to be lessons that were going to help her be the person she needed to be. And she just needed to know that there are no shortcuts to success. It's uphill all the way to success. There's no free rides in life. There's some folks that win the lottery. I just hadn't met very many of them, I mean, it's just all about hard work, being honest with yourself, having some discipline, being a high character person. So, I just have a belief that when players really commit to that and engage in that process, then they have the talent. It's just like J.C. Coe right now. There's no doubt that she can do it now, but will she do it? And so the only time that this place isn't for you is if you're not willing to be honest, hardworking, and disciplined. And then if you don't want to do that, then we can't help you very much, and this won't be a very good place for you. So, I constantly tried to encourage her. I think that there's a lot of pressure on these players at times when they come out of high school with these great accolades and honors, and there's a lot of expectations. And I don't even think it's the players sometimes. I think it's the people back home who create expectations that are not based in fact or what you need to do to be a great player. And so she hung in there, stuck with it, and you started to see when she started doing the things that she needed to do on a consistent basis, you saw her improve, and now you see another big step of improvement this year, and I think she'll continue. She still has a lot of room for growth. That's exciting.
LSU's another opponent that's always a tough test for you guys. What have you seen on film from them, and what do you guys need to do especially well on Sunday?
Well, we're going to have to play a great defensive game. We're going to have to make sure that we take away, or we're going to have to disrupt how they want to score. Danielle battled last night, really was able to keep the ball and score herself or set her teammates up. She just played a beautiful game. And so we've got to find a way to get them all off rhythm. They have some terrific drivers of the basketball, athletic, explosive, fast. They have some relentless rebounders that can really pound the offensive glass. It's a big concern for us. We are not transferring how hard we're working at boxing out and rebounding in practice. It is not translating to success on the court for us, and that has to change. And as their coach, I've got to find some way to get through to them because last night we just did not box out. We lost the battle of the boards. We saved ourselves with a high turnover margin. Plus 10 there gives you a chance to win. But LSU's a very tough rebounding team. They're always real physical. And then when you talk about us offensively, we need to learn how to take another step of improvement. Another area where we have to grow is our zone offensive attack. We were very uncertain last night, very uneven, and LSU's going to make it tough on you to score with a real tenacious zone defense, and they always have been tough to score on. So it is an immense challenge for us to go on the road to Baton Rouge and fight for a victory. We'll really have to battle for this one.
Is Jen O'Neill sick or hurt or anything? I mean, she just didn't look like herself last night?
Yeah, I think the emotional toll just caught up with everybody last night. I think I was so proud of Jennifer for getting it together at the end, and she really did a good job. Made 2 big threes, made a free throw down the stretch, and played some solid defense. But she did look a little indecisive last night, and we'll just move forward with it and just try to show her. I'm just constantly talking to her about what she needs to do and how she needs to attack. And I don't think it was anything other than maybe a real taxing 3 days there and just trying to support Janae. She's been very supportive of Janae. And so I'm really happy with how she's been playing, and I would think she's going to do a great job Sunday.
I know the injury to Janae is just, it's tough to get over it. And you may have addressed this earlier in the week, and I'm sorry if I ask it again, but is this the toughest thing you've had to go through as a coach, and also having Bria come back? If you would comment on those two, please.
You know, it's hard to rank season-ending injuries and how difficult they are. You know, right now, this one's the freshest on my mind, and it seems awfully difficult, and it seems awfully challenging. But I would say that I'm as optimistic about this team's ability to cope as I probably have been when we faced a season-ending injury. You know, one thing that I don't do a great job of looking back, and I don't have. You know, I'd have to sit and think for a while. I just haven't really kind of thought of it that way. So I don't know where it would rank. It's real tough right now, but I think that we have an ability to deal with it. I think Bria coming back helps us tremendously deal with it. I think if both of them were out, we'd really be in a tougher situation. So, you know, thank the good Lord that it kind of worked out the way that it did. Janae went down, Bria's coming back. So it's something you have to deal with in athletics. And you know, I'm sure there are teams all over the country that are dealing with injuries to key players. We just are going to attack it as a challenge that can actually lead to tremendous growth for our players and our program. And I'm optimistic that we can find a way to make this or find a positive way forward.